you know it's time to quit your job and move on to something else? In this video, I will share 8 signs to help you decide. Hello there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a transformational life coach and a tarot reader, and I am here to assist you on your journey of spiritual growth and personal development. Change can be very, very scary. It can be so scary that many of us don't even consider that as a real option, because we rather stay in the safety of what is familiar to us and put up with the discomfort it creates than subject ourselves to uncertainty. We get stuck in our jobs so easily because we have bills to pay, and the paycheck we receive on a regular basis really has the power to put our senses to sleep. Of course, we need to make our living one way or another. Nobody can doubt that. And we all have so many different situations and scenarios and so many different stories that it is impossible to find one formula that suits everybody in every occasion. That being said, I have had a chance to witness many times, both in my own personal experience and that of other people, that there are certain red flags that warn you in the long run that it is time to reconsider your position. If you see those signs that I'm about to give you in your life, and it has been like that for some time already, it's very unlikely that things will change by themselves. It doesn't mean you have to quit tomorrow, even though you could do that. Actually, it was exactly what I did once I realized that no change is coming in my job. What you owe to yourself, though, is at least an honest conversation with yourself about the change that needs to take place, one way or another. Sign number 1. You get back home tired and exhausted. After having a long day at home or after having accomplished a lot, feeling tired is completely normal and something you should expect yourself to feel. Also, there could be occasions when you are required to work harder than usual, and so you feel equally more tired. It doesn't mean that you should consider quitting. What you should be watching out for, however, is how your exhaustion feels. If at the end of the day you are tired, but you are still satisfied with your accomplishments and happy about the progress that you have made, everything is fine. A good night's rest will reconstitute your energy levels and you will be able to pick up from where you left the day before. But if at nights you are constantly tired and unhappy about your results, there is a problem. It is an indication that your job drains you and change is needed to make things fresh and exciting again. Sign number 2. You desperately wait for the weekend or vacation. Maintaining a good work-life balance and dedicating your time to other things that matter to you is of course very important. So you should regularly schedule time for your family and hobbies and taking a proper rest and taking care of your well-being and other things that may be important to you. It is also very normal that you are looking forward to those activities. But if you notice that all you can think of when working is how much time is left till the end of the day or week, it is a good indication that there is a problem, especially if you feel that you are only alive during weekends or vacations and you dread that Sunday night when your holidays are almost over. Ask yourself, how come you spend that much time doing one thing while longing to do something completely different? Number 3 is your creativity suffers. As I have already mentioned, there are many situations in life and sometimes you just need to get by. But apart from occasions like that, your work and your career should provide you an opportunity to self-realize in some way. A huge component of that is your ability to express your creativity. It doesn't mean that you should be artistic. You should be able to be creative with regards to innovation. finding innovative solutions to existing problems, adding your own twist to certain parts of your work so that you can really see and appreciate your contribution. However, if you catch yourself dismissing your ideas and holding back your initiative because you know that nothing will change anyways, and it follows a period where this has not been the case at all, it's time to ask what has happened and how to change that. If you once felt inspired and motivated, but now it's gone for you don't even remember how long, it's time to move on. Sign number 4. You are complaining, gossiping, and being overly criticizing. This one goes hand in hand with the previous sign. Your workplace should not only be a place you go to exchange your time and effort for money, but also a place that serves your professional and personal development. At the least, you should be able to invest your energy into working, that is, developing yourself professionally, while holding a positive outlook on that. But positive emotions act as something that keep our interest and motivation high. However, if something has gone wrong and you cannot find that positive motivation, you could start to invest your energy in complaining and criticizing the things that you don't like, gossiping with your colleagues, and things like that. If this has been going on for a long time already, ask yourself, is this really the best use of my time and energy? Is the money I make worth all the opportunities that I lose this way? Sign number 5. Your unhappiness has started to invade other areas of your life. This sign adds to what I have mentioned previously about having a good work-life balance. If you realize that you cannot enjoy the time that you spend with your loved ones because you constantly worry about work-related problems, or you find it hard to rest because of the same thing, or you have no time to develop your other interests because you have been working overtime, and it has been like that for some time already and you see no sign of that coming to an end, it is an indication that you have let your job cross important boundaries in your life. Is that really worth the sacrifice? It may be okay for a short period of time, but can you really afford your other important areas become maybe even permanently damaged if this is not the case? If your answer is no, it's time for a change. Moving on to the next sign, your values are against those of your workplace. In the short term, this may have no effect at all. You could even not notice that this is the case at all, especially if you're in a new job and must learn and prove yourself. But once you've been working at a certain workplace for some time already and have established yourself as an employee of that workplace, and once you have mastered your craft, other things move to the forefront. A very important one is values. Just like being successfully in a long-term relationship requires both parties to hold similar values, you and your workplace should share a vision and the general approach to striving for it. If you value stability over everything else, but your workplace undergoes one change after another, it will become very stressful for you. Or if you desire growth and value challenges, but find yourself working in a very conservative and non-dynamic place, this is not going to be a good match in the long run. 7. Your health starts to deteriorate. Your health is a very important indicator of your overall state of being. Your body can endure a lot. It has many ways of compensating for something that is not working properly. But your body has its limits. Having some work-related stress and discomfort will most likely have no detrimental effect on your health. But if the previously mentioned signs add up, and if you continue to be impacted by them, at first you may notice lowered energy levels, you may be getting sick more, and if it continues, you are at risk of developing chronic illnesses. You have only one body, and the quality of your life depends heavily on its condition. So treat yourself with love and respect, and think about the long-term consequences of your life's choices. And finally, the last sign, number 8. You engage in unhealthy behavior to escape thinking about work. This one is really a red flag. If the previously mentioned signs were not convincing enough for you, this one should definitely be. If dissatisfaction with your work increases to such an extent that it leads to chronic stress, it can be very detrimental to your mental health and lead to addictive behavior. It could be very hard to notice at first. When that glass of wine at night to help you relax, or that beer at the bar after work, becomes something more than just a means of relaxation. If stress becomes so overwhelming that it messes with the defense mechanisms of our psyche, we could seek relief through overeating or substance abuse or gaming or other unhealthy addictions. It may be hard for us to notice that this is happening, and later we may go into denial altogether. So it may be useful to ask somebody close to us whether they see any negative change in our behavior. If they do, it's a very serious signal that we must change something as soon as possible. And this time, we may even need to seek for a professional help. So these are 8 signs that I find alarming at the workplace. It could be useful that you evaluate your emotional and physical well-being relative to your job satisfaction on a regular basis, especially if you feel that you are not happy. Sometimes our dissatisfaction can be justified. We may have good enough reasons for that. Other times, however, especially if you have several of the signs mentioned, it is a clear indication that something must change, or you will pay the price. It is up to you to decide how much you can take and when enough is enough, and also what type of change exactly do you want to create. Is it time to quit, or can you do something about your present work situation? And remember, your decision to not do anything is still a decision. It is still your responsibility. If you are looking for some inspiration that could provoke some thoughts and ideas regarding change, take a look at my Pick a Card Tarot video, The Change You Need to Make. After all, it is much better that you initiate the change that you want, as opposed to dealing with change that is out of your control. Don't you think? Please subscribe if you found this video helpful, and check the information down below if you would like to book a private tarot reading with me. Always remember to stay true to yourself and kind to the other. Bye bye!